Īśvara Praṇidhāna, greater intelligence. That is the part of the path is surrendering. It's knowing that 49% is your doing. You show up, you do the best that you can. But then 51%, there's a greater intelligence at play. And you can call that greater intelligence whatever name you want: pure energy, source, God, Brahma, Shiva, universe, higher self, capital S. You can use whatever word you want. Point of the path is to know that we are just a small drop in this vast ocean of intelligence. So when we feel these feelings, and could be something that triggered, could be something out of the blue, could just be a somber weekend, we're not so far removed from these incredible teachers, masters that walk this path before us. I use the word master not because of bowing down, because we also have that tendency. You have this knowledge, I don't, therefore, oh guru. And really, the whole point is to find the guru within you. Someone who's a master is not a master of other people. Someone who's a master is someone who's mastered themselves. And so, as we start our practice today, making sure that you have all of your props, your strap, your blankets, let's come to the floor, just starting on your back today. Just take a moment and get set up in Shavasana. Nothing too fancy, just bare bones. Let your body ground on the earth. And once you find your comfortable place on your back, let your bones settle in. Let your body be heavy and weighted. Might even take up some space today. Just notice for a moment if you have a tendency to constrict and be really small. Find the place where your shoulder blades, your buttocks, your back body can all take up a little bit more room. Staying here for a few moments as you let your weight of your bones be held by the earth. Ask yourself if you need to be held in this moment. Is there something that is, have you been picking up a lot of the pieces? Do you feel exhausted? Do you need a warm embrace from Mother Nature? It's a lot that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I invite you to take a deep breath inhale. As you open up your mouth and exhale that breath out, let your bones sink heavily into the earth. Let your body be received. You might do that again. Deep breath, inhale through the nose. Open up the mouth and sigh that breath out. And then let's do that one more time. Deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Let your side ribs, your belly expand. Big full breath here. And then really exhale. Release the breath completely. Bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. And just take a moment as you feel your breath moving underneath your hands. You may focus this month on the heart chakra, Anahata Chakra. I invite you now to think of one thing that you love, one thing that fills you up, brings joy to your life. Maybe it's your child. Maybe it's this moment, the time for yourself to plug in, me time. Maybe it's the way that you make your coffee or your tea. Just stay focused on that one thing. Let that vibration keep you in this heart center. Let's chant the sound Om. Deep breath to inhale. Om. Bring your knees to your chest. Very slowly roll over to the right side. Let's come to a comfortable seat. We'll start today with kapalabhati, a sat kriya to purify the consciousness. We'll take our hands, either interlacing hands on the belly, or you can take your fingertips into the pads of your hands, placing it at the shoulders, thumbs point up, and then you'll take your hands into a wide V. Those are two options for the hands. Kapalabhati sat kriya to purify your consciousness sounds like if you are blowing a birthday candle out through your nose. As you exhale, the belly pulls in. It's just the mindfulness on the exhalation. The inhalation happens naturally. We'll take 27 rounds. I'll walk you through it. We'll extend the arms up. I'll move back a little bit. You'll lace the thumbs at the top, taking Jalandhara Bandha, chin lock, gentle retention. When you cannot sustain the breath anymore, you'll exhale out through the nostrils, float the backs of your hands to the top of your knees, and float the head up. We'll take this about 2 times. I'll give you the option to pause and only take one. So just checking in with your seat, sitting up nice and tall. Breathe in a part of the way, either hands to the belly or extending the arms wide into a V. Thumbs up, all 4 fingers point in. Inhale gently, exhale through the nostrils. Pumping, 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 pumping the belly. Start to slow the breath down, keeping the eyes closed, pelvic floor lifted. Take a smooth breath to inhale. Lace the thumbs at the top overhead. Draw your chin to your chest, Jalandhara Bandha, chin lock. Subtle lift of your pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Belly draws in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Triple lock here to retain the energy within the spine. Without forcing, when you cannot hold the breath anymore, exhale through your nostrils, float the backs of your hands to the tops of the knees. Let your head come back on top of your shoulders. And just pause. The spine is the gateway to pure consciousness. Our spine is where we merge our 49% with the greater intelligence, 51%. So check into the subtle realm. Check into what's going on. You might feel like you're already there. You may feel like you'd like to take a second round. If you'd like to take a second round, hands either to the belly or taking hands wide into a V, thumbs point up. Breathe in a part of the way. Exhale, belly pushes out. Pumping, 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 pumping. Slow the breath down. Inhale through the nose. Lace the thumbs up overhead. Chin to chest, Jalandhara Bandha. Subtle lift of the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Abdomen draws in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Just taking Treta Bandha, this triple lock here. Without overstraining, exhale the breath out through the nostrils. Float the backs of the hands to the tops of the knees, index finger and thumb to touch. Just pause for a moment. Visualizing right at the top of your crown, top fontanelle, electromagnetic field of pure light, pure source, pure healing. Breathing that in, name, it's called Sa. Let that light, like a laser beam, move from your midbrain down your spine to right in front of your sacrum. Origin of 72,000 energy points connecting to your body. Breathing out, feel your belly pull in. Feel how your joints become spacious, distributing this light, this intelligence to every cell. Hum. Breathing in, connecting to pure genius, love. Breathing out, hum, feeling that charge every single cell of your body. We'll move on the breath here. Inhale, float the arms out to the side in line with your shoulders, palms face up. Stretch the arms across the chest. Breathing out, interlace your fingers, draw your chin to your chest. Hum, separate the shoulder blades. Breathing in, opening up to receive, palms face up, throat opens. Sa moves from crown to base. Breathing out, interlace your fingers, round your back, hum. Feeling yourself get lighter. One more like this. If I call the breath too slow or too fast for you, just move according to the rhythm of your inhalation and your exhalation. Take the arms straight up overhead. Press your palms high to the ceiling, root your tailbone down. And then today, take the elbows a little further back. So a little bend in the elbows. You might feel a little bit of sensation happening in the shoulders here. Not to the point where you're overstraining or sticking your ribs out. So again, as if you have a corset on, feeling that subtle lift of the pelvic floor, just opening up the shoulders. And then float your right hand down alongside you. Let this left bicep touch your ear, and then take a big side bend over to the right side. Let your left hip bone, left sits bones ground down. Find that elongation, might even spiral the heart up to the ceiling. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Connect back to that line of energy. Whenever we are feeling anything other than pure love, pure happiness, joy, it means that we are not in our highest frequency. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means, what recipe do I need in this moment to bring my compass back to a place of balance? Take a deep breath to inhale. Tap into Sa Hum. Let yourself be recharged. And then on your exhale, I want you to keep this right hand wherever it is for you in your body temple today. Let your heart round down, working on heart vortex of energy related to the element of air, wind. Heart is the bridge between the seen and unseen realms. What we dream, what we create in our mind, and then what we birth into physical, tangible reality. Heart is the vortex of energy associated with love, passion, empathy. That has to start with ourselves. So plug in now, bring your hands to the ground, touch the earth, let yourself connect. That loving vibration from the earth nourishes us. We get water from the earth, same water that we drink, scientists now know. It's the same water that has been on this earth since dinosaurs walked. Right? So tapping in to the earth element, earth and water. We are earth and water, 80% water. Let your pelvis be heavy. Let yourself recharge and release ānāpānasati, anything that is heavy, anything that's stagnant, anything that needs transmutation. Walk your hands now to center. Keep reaching your fingertips long, biceps long by the ears. Reach your tailbone back. Take a deep breath to inhale through your nostrils here. Open up the mouth and sigh the breath out. Connect to that air element. Heart center is air. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Lightening the load. And then roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Stretch the arms wide, almost as if you're moving in water. Let this be completely organic for you. Interlace your fingers this time the opposite way. Press your palms high, root your tailbone down. Feel, saw, and hum that line of energy moving through the spine, and then draw your elbows a little further back behind you. Keep your chin slightly lifted. Space for an apple between chin and chest. Shoulders might be shaking here with excitement. And then keeping that right pelvis, right tailbones anchored down, left forearm down to the earth. Stretch your right arm long by the ear. Keep spiraling your heart up to the ceiling. Use the breath through the mouth. When we cannot breathe, that is associated with the heart center as well. So anyone that has ever experienced asthma growing up, bronchitis, COVID, right, there are imbalances energetically within the heart and the lungs, usually generally associated with grief. So taking a deep breath to inhale, feel, saw, and hum, energetically massage the right side of the body as you anchor your tailbone down. And then almost as if you're scooping your belly in and up, you can even make that sound if you'd like. Start to let your heart face down. Reach that right arm diagonally across to the left. Use your left hand for strength. Space for an apple between chin and chest here. Relax the jaw. And then let that right hand float down. Head is heavy. Keep walking your fingertips towards the left diagonal. There's always microscopic movement. There's always movement happening inside of us. So I want you to attune to the breath. Attune to where the breath can add a little bit more length without you going past your edge. And then walk your hands to center. Keep reaching your tailbone back. Deep breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Biceps long by the ears. Keep walking yourself in opposite directions. And then draw your navel into your spine, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Just situate for a moment. We'll come up onto hands and knees, moving effortlessly into your hands and knees, your table pose, taking 3 rounds of cat-cow here. If you need to place a blanket underneath your knees to support, absolutely do so. I want you today to really think about pressing the knuckles of your hands into the earth and then gripping the mat with your fingertips. Inhale, face looks up, broaden across the chest and collarbone. Feel saw move from crown to base. Exhale, press the tops of the toes into the earth. Resist, hum. If I don't call the breath as fast or as slow as you move, again, just give yourself agency, permission to attune to how you move in this moment today. Saw on the inhale, the sound of pure light, pure radiance, hum. Distribution of this intelligence, joints become spacious. Walk your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders now. Keep pressing into the knuckles of your hands. And then with resistance, take your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment and settle into your down dog. All right, so align your heels behind the widest parts of your feet. Steady your gaze. And then on your inhale, lift your hips, wave through your spine, and come to plank pose. You can do this with or without your knees. I'm going to show the modified version, bringing the knees down. Back of the neck is long. Gaze slightly in front of you. On your exhale, take your tailbone back up. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, lift your heels, wave through your spine. Take saw from crown to base. Pause. Again, you can do this with or without your knees. Subtle lift of your pelvic floor here. Keep pushing the ground away. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to do this one more time, paying particular attention, if you can, to the words I'm using. Right? So inhale, waving through your spine with resistance. Pause in your plank. Now, with or without your knees, we're going to lower all the way down in one straight unit. Exhale, draw the elbows back. We're retracting the shoulder blades, moving them towards one another, lower all the way down. Pause for a moment. Take your hands off to the side of the mat. Keep your thighs engaged. And we're going to lift the heart, coming to teenage cobra. So lengthen the back of your spine here. Keep working your shoulder blades in towards one another. Inhale. Exhale, lower your heart in your chest. So a little bit deeper than what we usually do, starting with Bhujangasana. If you prefer baby cobra, you can stay with the hands underneath you and then start with the heart here. I'm showing that option now. Lowering down. We'll take teenage cobra 2 more times today, again, focusing on the heart. Inhale. Want to feel as you lift this, your shoulder blades work in towards one another. No pain in the lower back because you're drawing your navel into your spine. And then lower again, head lowers down. Taking this one more time. Inhale, feel length on your spine. Work your shoulder blades in towards one another. So this is an active posture. Navel draws in and up. So there's no pain in the lower back. Exhale, release, head, neck, chest. Press your palms now underneath your shoulders. Work your shoulder blades in towards one another. Tuck your toes and then protract your shoulders to move them away from the earth. And then lift your knees up and back, down dog. Take a moment here, situate yourself, and then take that right leg straight up and back. All 5 toes point down like you're pushing into a wall. Scoop your knee up, help that leg up if you need to. Lower your back leg down. So we'll come to kneeling lunge. Interlace your fingers on top of that right thigh. Press your heart up and keep pressing down on the tops of the thigh bones. I want you to feel this length happening. So there's a length of the tailbone. Check out the alignment of that right knee and ankle. And then take your left arm long by your ear. Keep your right hand on top of your thigh. I want you to establish this hand to leg connection. Scoop your navel in and up. And then take a side bend over to the right side. It doesn't have to be grandiose, right? So staying really connected. This is hard. This is challenging. And then take your hands to frame your right leg. Lift your back leg up. Totally welcome to use your blocks. I'm a big fan of props. Lift your back leg. Step forward. Lengthen your spine. Flat back. Shake your head out side to side here. Relax the jaw. And then exhale, bend your knees generously. Open up the mouth. Here's a great place to bend your knees generously. Relax the back of your hamstrings. Might even bring your hands to your hamstrings. Give your hamstrings some love. Back of the body is where we hold a lot of subconscious energy. Back of the body is where a lot of our shadow tends to hang out. Right? So anything that needs to come forth, bringing it forward so that way it can resurrect. Bring your hands to your shin bones. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, one more time, fold forward. Connect to the back body. Inhale one more time. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Crown to base. Heart is moving forward. Exhale, fold forward. Back gate of the heart opens. Sweep your arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms press to the top. Exhale, hands to the midline of your body. Tadasana. Hands at the heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel that bridge, that connection above and below. And then sweep the arms around and up again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms press. Exhale as if you're moving through water. Uttanasana, gently fold forward, generously bend your knees. Press your hands into your shin bones. Feel that passive active. And then step your right leg back. Right low lunge, left leg is forward. Lower your back knee down, either on a blanket or on the ground. Interlace your fingers and then resist with your hands. Scoop your belly in, lengthen your tailbone down. That's going to feel really, really deep on that right side. Left hand stays on the left thigh, right arm long by the ear. Feel your bicep touch your ear. And then from here, keep your hand connected, little side bend up and over. So touch is also associated with the heart center. So I'm asking you today to keep your hands on your body because heart, the sensorial organ is skin, and touch is associated. When we touch ourselves, we evoke that frequency of love. Must give it to ourselves first. Let both hands now frame that front leg. Step back to plank and pause. Option to skip the vinyasa and simply step back to down dog. Or with or without your knees, I'd like for you to lower 4 counts all the way down. For 4, for 3, with resistance, 2. Shoulder blades squeeze, 1. Forehead down to the earth, tops of the thighs pressed down, hands off of your mat. Inhale, teenage cobra. Work your shoulder blades in towards one another. Chest is forward, belly scoops in and up. Exhale, release. You can take this to baby cobra if you'd like. Instead, inhale, opening the heart, squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another. Notice if your belly's hanging out, navel draws into spine. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades, work them in towards one another. Head is relaxed and neutral. You can even shake it side to side. Navel draws in and back. Exhale, release. Hands come underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, and with or without your knees, press your shoulder blades away. Come through plank, downward facing dog. And then pause for a moment. Resituate yourself, find length. Tailbone high to the sky, sits bones working up. Take that left leg forward, help it up if you need to. Grow the spine long, prop up onto your fingertips, lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes, left hand to the left thigh, swoop the right arm long. Feel that hand to leg connection. Big side bend over to the left side. Use the breath here. Arms sweep forward to your blocks, tuck your toes. Inhale to lengthen your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Like if you're flowing through water. Exhale, generous bend on the knees, fold forward. Standing forward fold, let it go. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body, Tadasana. You can open the mouth and let the breath out. Again, breathing in, welcoming light, healing, source, abundance. Exhale, letting it charge and transform through every cell of the body, belly to the thighs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, your left leg steps way back. Left knee down to the mat or blanket, right hand to the top of the thigh, left arm long as if you're flowing through water. Big side bend here, opening up the side ribs. Breath in the lungs. Heart center, opening up. Exhale, hands frame the right leg. Step back to plank, navel draws in. You decide, maybe you skip the vinyasa, pausing in down dog, or waving through the spine. Option this time, lower halfway, bent elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders move away. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, belly draws into the spine. Exhale, tuck your toes, navel in, downward facing dog. Pause. Take a deep breath to inhale, open up the mouth, sigh the breath out. And then take a slow stroll, step, hop, or walk yourself forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees generously, and I want you to reach back either with or without your strap. Hopefully your strap is at the front of your mat. So I'll show this with the strap here. Work your shoulders in towards one another. The shoulder blades are touching each other. And then I'm going to keep squeezing my shoulder blades towards one another to release my deltoids, to release my shoulders. Arms are extensions of the heart. So if you've noticed, many cultures, Latin culture, Italian culture, many cultures talk a lot with their arms. They are expressive of what is happening inside the heart. The arms are the bridge between the heart and the throat. And then release the hands. If you're holding onto your strap, release your strap, and then slowly sweep the arms around and up as you come to mountain pose. Urdhva Hastasana, palms press. Exhale, hands down the midline of the body. pause. We're going to take a little drill today. I've been working a lot each week on bringing in more drills so your flow is as aligned as possible. I want you to take whichever block you have, whether it's cork or whether it's foam, and you're going to place it in between your calves so that the front of your shin bones are working in towards one another. Now, if you're doing this correctly, this is a lot of work to even feel this pull up into your psoas and to align your hip bones to internally rotate and then go into your SI joint. So this alignment is really great. We're going to stay here with this block. I'll show you from the side and take chair pose, utkatasana, which translates to fierce. So send your hips back, reach your shoulders, either shoulder height or up by your ears. The heart opens. Now keep squeezing your belly in and up. Relax your jaw. And I want you to notice if this feels any different from what you usually do. Keep your drishti slightly in front of you. The head, neck, the chest are out of the way. And you might notice that there's a little bit more freedom in your arms because the block is now in between your shin bones, right? A lot of times we focus on the inner thighs. Your inner thighs are automatically working too, but this grounds the big toe mounts. It earths you, it grounds you. So take one more breath here, maybe sit a little bit lower as you lift the heart without popping out the ribs. And then exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Keep your block there. Maybe your head goes to the block. We'll take this again. Utkatasana, chair pose. I want you to feel what this feels like. Keep squeezing the calves in towards the block, head, neck, chest at ease. If this is too much impingement on your shoulders, you can take the arms a little bit wider or open up the arms here, 90 degrees. And then exhale, fold forward one more time. Just want you to get into the rhythm of what this feels like in your body. When we take these drills, we become more aware of our physical anatomy. Physical body is one gateway in. And then when we add pranayama, come back to chair pose, please. Pranayama, visualization, breath work, meditation, then it all starts to loop in and you become a master of yourself. You know exactly where you need to be in your body with your breath. You know exactly when to back off and when you need a little bit more heat. Now stay here for a moment. Now I want you to bend the elbows. Inhale as you bend the elbows. Keep your seat low. Exhale, biceps long by the ears. Doing this 2 more times. Might feel some heat. Inhale. Exhale, might open the mouth. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, bend your elbows, opening the heart. Exhale, biceps long by the ears. Push the ground away, Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand in your Tadasana. Remove your block, keep your feet exactly where they are, but still retain that energy as if you're standing in your presence. Good. Now step your left leg back. We'll step into warrior 2. So left leg in front, starting with the right side. So left leg is back, right leg is forward. And then slicing through, yin variation of warrior 2. Find where your pelvis is. Might notice that one hip is up, the other is down. Level your pelvis. Press down in the outer baby toes. Palms face up. Broaden across the chest and collarbone here. Might even shake your head side to side like a wise sage. And we'll move on the breath here. Inhale, push the ground away. May look up at the palms. Exhale, palms press straight down. Arms are extension of the heart. Might inhale through the nostrils and open through the mouth. Your choice. Where can you stay grounded? Not heavy, grounded and light. Think of a tree. Think of an acorn. An acorn has in it all of the magic, all of the components to become an oak tree, right? But it doesn't happen overnight. Strong, deep roots, they're succulent fruits. So plant your roots and then pause, come to warrior 2. And then let's flow here. Peaceful warrior, extended side angle. Let the breath go from the heart. We've done this all week. Inhale, peaceful. Where can you make this a little new? Where can you find a new way? Maybe you sweep your arm around. Maybe you take a different way to get to peaceful warrior. Maybe you take a different way to get to extended side angle. I want you to play today. Invite color. Invite the colors of the palette into your practice. Don't all have to look the same way. And then when you get to peaceful warrior, the next time you're in peaceful warrior, I want you to pause for a moment, bend that front knee deeply, keep reaching your top arm long by the ear, let it touch your ear. Lengthen your front leg. So now we are in reverse triangle. And then use your navel to draw your spine in, stack your shoulders. Heel toe your back foot in, 6 inches. Keep sending your left hips back, reach forward, triangle pose, utkatasana. Either taking that left arm up or keeping it on your shoulder. You have a choice here. You might reach that right hand to the outside of your baby toe on a block, finding length, finding spaciousness in the heart, spaciousness in the ribs, not at the expense of losing your breath. So remember the focus, working on the heart chakra, heart openers, bridge of above and below, the bridge of seen and unseen. When you have lost your breath, which is connected to the heart, you have gone too far. If you want to pop out of a pose, you have gone too far. And it's not about sitting in there and pushing through it. That's not what yoga is. It's finding where you are and then accepting where you are. We're all at different places, different journeys. Take one more breath. Inhale. Keep your feet grounded. Listen carefully. Let the arms bring you back up through the heart. Navel in. Pause. Turn your right toes in. Rotate your shoulders back. Interlace your fingers as if there's a small child pulling on your wrist. Open your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Stick your tongue out of your mouth. And then press down on the outer edges of your baby toes. Fold forward, fan pose. Padottanasana, A. Let your head come down to the earth. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. We've been here before. And then pause for a moment. And then release your hands, maybe even placing them on blocks underneath your shoulders. You can keep a slight bend on your knees here to release that low back. So hands on your blocks, just giving yourself permission to use the props you need. Right? When we resist using props, it's like if I were to present to you this gorgeous meal without silverware and say, what? Well, eat, just stick your face in it and eat it. It's like, isn't it nicer to be served a fork and a knife and a spoon and some accoutrement to enjoy your meal? It's the same thing with the practice, right? The props are your cutlery. Use them to make your meal more delicious. And if you'd like to invert at this point, you absolutely, if you feel comfortable in tripod headstand, getting into it from fan pose, maybe you take that option today. Bring your hands to your hips, a little micro bend in your knees. Draw your navel into your spine. You're undulating your spine. So roll up one vertebrae at a time. Press down in the feet. Steady yourself, hands on top of the hips. Pause for a moment. Turn your back toes now. Left toes out, shoulders and hips aligned, and then slicing through, coming into your warrior two on this side. Pause. Takes time to settle into the body. Palms face up, head, neck, chest, jaw at ease. And then establish that downward energy. So the feet are pressing down, but can you stay here breathing into your inner thighs by feeling a subtle lift of the pelvic floor, right? So we have this subtle lift pulling up. And then we'll move on the breath here. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale as you open up. Take a few rounds like that, as if you're gathering all of the intelligence of the world, of the universe, which is vast, ever expanding. Exhale. Every exhalation, it permeates into your cellular body. Inhale, length. Exhale, wisdom. distributing. Take one more like that. Connecting to your body, connecting to your breath, connecting to the wisdom of your essence. They are not separate. They are all one, working together. Then flip your left palm, peaceful warrior. Big side bend here. Extended side angle. Right arm long by the ear. Inhale, peaceful. Just take a few rounds like this. Feel free to close the eyes. How can you find a new way? Invite exploration, invite coloring, discovering a new way. It's like when you first discovered a new route to the apartment, the flat, the home that you're living in, whether you're driving or whether you're walking. And it's always so exciting. Where can you find excitement to get to the postures? Don't always have to do the same route. It's boring. It gets stagnant. So when we invite color, when we invite new ways to get to these postures, we open up to new expressions of sa, new expressions of how we can express the big S, the big self moving through us. The next time you come to Peaceful Warrior, no rush at all. I want you to push the ground away. Keep your bicep long by your ear, lengthen your front leg so it becomes reverse triangle. And then pause here. Notice if you're struggling, where can you back off a little bit? Draw your navel into your spine. Use your core strength here. Stack your shoulders and then heel toe your right foot in as you start to elongate the left side and then easily find your way into triangle pose. And then let the breath guide you. Right? Left hand on the outside of your left leg on a block. Maybe take your top hand to your shoulder. If you have a wall that you can lean against, you can always take that option as well. We get far too caught up with what we're looking like. Yoga is so not the essence of that. No one cares what your Lululemon or your Aloe leggings are, what your Nike t-shirt is. It's how are you feeling in your posture? Can you breathe? Can you maintain what's right for you? And then breathe here fully. Let the heart give you the full breath. Let the lungs give you that full inhalation and that sweet exhalation. And then keep your feet grounded. Remember squeezing that block with the shin bone. So really press down in the big toes. That's going to lighten the arms, right? So navel into the spine, press down in the feet, and then come straight up. Turn your left toes in, stretch the arms up overhead, and then exhale as you fold forward. Fan pose. One more time. Release the back of the head. You can keep a little bend on the knees here. Welcome to keep a block under each hand. We'll take a twist here. Lengthen your spine. Keep your left hand underneath you. Roll your right shoulder on top of your left, and then extend your right arm high to the ceiling. Keep grounded in the feet. And then switch. Take that left hand, place your right hand on your block, keep your pelvis level, and then take that left head, neck, chest. Take your time, draw both hands down to the block, and then you're going to heel toe your feet in a little bit. Keep them slightly wide. Malasana, squat pose. Pause for a moment here. A few options. If you know that malasana is tough for you with your hips, you're welcome to sit on a block or two blocks. Again, just keeping your spine long. Use your elbows, use your triceps to open up your knees. And I'll give you another option here. Right. So if you're not using the blocks, again, this is about finding where you can maintain your breath. Keep squeezing the inner thighs against your triceps. Feel a little lift of your pelvic floor. Keep pressing down in your big toes. Right? So we're opening up the hips as prep today. Going into an arm balance. So we'll be working on this during this month in correlation with the heart, in correlation with balance. Let's take a little bit of a side to side here. As you notice, I'm rocking one side and then the other, not at the expense. Move very slowly. This gets very deep into the hip joints. You have the option to stay here, either on the blocks. If you're on the blocks, just working on the inner thighs. That's plenty enough. Second option is to stay in malasana, squeezing that action of the arms and the triceps, squeezing against the thighs. That is another option. Third option is to take the blocks behind your heels and to start to work your shoulders. Hands go on the blocks, start to work your shoulders behind. That's just one option. Right? Just figuring that leverage. Maybe you take the feet up. Just working on this. Just lifting. If you have that core strength, you can cross at the ankles, pressing down. Switch the ankles. And then we'll come out of this just finding what's right for you. If you're on the blocks, you're going to feel that little lift of the pelvic floor. Again, nothing is ever sinking down. If your shoulders are rounded and you're hanging out at the bar, right, you've missed the point is to open up and give yourself that option. If you are still in the arm balance, come off. We're going to take a little rotation here. Lengthen your legs, turn your toes in, and then ragdoll your body side to side. So a little release for the lower back, a little release of your hip joints. Might even shake the head side to side, trill the lips. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time. Just pause. Come to the front of your mat. No rush at all. Mountain pose, Tadasana. And then again, feeling the shin bones. Feel how the shin bones have that muscle memory. Circle the arms around and up, Urdhva. Exhale, fold forward over your thigh bones, Uttanasana, standing forward fold as if you're breathing again for the first time. Yogi's choice, however you would like to flow, either stepping or floating back through a vinyasa or skip it, and we can all meet in downward facing dog. We'll bend the knees down to the earth. Sit back onto your heels and then bring your legs around. So keeping your feet on the ground. We'll take one block, placing it in between your shoulder blades. I recommend starting on the lowest level and then taking your second block handy for your head. Keep your feet on the ground for now. And where the top part of the block is going to be goes right in between where my shoulder blades are. So this is a really nice way to open up the heart. And again, if your shoulders and chest are quite tight, I recommend placing the second block behind your head. That just gives your throat a little bit more room. Arms into a soft cactus. And to release the hips a little bit, you can walk your feet as wide as your mat and then aim them towards each other, but they don't have to touch. And then once you arrive, close the eyes, right? Getting to a place where it's not about struggling. If you're struggling and you're attending a yoga class, or you're in a practice that's driven by ego, Keep working your knees in towards each other. So towards means to touch, right? So working the knees to touch releases the hips. And then once you find that place where you're not fidgeting, where you're not letting the chatter of the mind, the chatter of whatever might be pulling you out of your sense of balance in this moment. Let yourself find that stillness. You might start to windshield wiper the legs one way. I would advise doing this very slowly. Never stressing the body. The body is always in a state, just from being inundated, if you have to leave your house, if you have to interact with someone else. Doesn't matter how much you love that person, your body is going to receive their energy field. Human beings are rarely in contact with each other in present states. We are always interacting in a state of karma. Karma means action. Press your feet down to the mat if your legs are on one side and move very slowly to windshield wiper your legs to the opposite side. If you are moving fast, chances are that is reflective of how your thought patterns and your processes are off the mat. The practice in and of itself is a practice. So we practice practicing. That's the most humble, simple way I can share what yoga actually is. It's a practice of practicing. It's not a practice to become perfect. It's not a practice to nail triangle pose or bakasana. It's a practice practicing. And every day you practice might be, how can I find compassion for myself? And the postures are just going to give you an opportunity to practice that. How can I practice not shaming myself if I fall out of a pose? And practice will give you an opportunity to practice humor, lightness, love. If your legs are one way, the opposite side now, press the feet down. And again, very slowly with intention, move your feet back to the earth. And then once your feet, soles of the feet are on the ground, slide your heels close to your buttocks, and then remember that feeling of the block in between the shin bones. Take a deep breath to inhale here, wherever you are, whichever variation, and exhale through the mouth. I want you to feel how that space between the back gate of the heart, the space between the shoulder blades, how it's being held. And then let your pelvis be heavy and sink, because we're going to do this one more time. Right? It should feel really delicious. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale through the mouth. And scan all of the parts of your body that you just felt that release. Because we're going to do that one more time. And I want you to give yourself, as you inhale, whatever deliciousness you're needing. Maybe it's love, maybe it's peace, maybe it's a little happiness in this moment. So inhale that. And then as you exhale, let that corresponding body part, maybe it's the low back, maybe it's the left hip, maybe it's the right shoulder, receive it. To come off of this, we'll move very slowly. So center your feet into the mat. Draw your hands underneath your thigh bones. Press down on your feet and tuck your chin to your chest. So this is very slow. Move step by step here. Feet stay grounded. This is core work to round yourself forward. And then the counter pose is to round forward in bound angle. So soles of the feet together. Let your body be heavy. The soles of the feet touch. Jaw relax. You can even shake your head side to side. And then very slowly start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees together with your hands. And then let's move your blocks off to the side. We'll set up for Stonehenge today. So bringing your blocks to the flattest level, take your bolsters or your pillows now, place them over your blocks. If you have two blankets, you can place one underneath your head today. That's always really nice to feel something come up right to the nape of the neck. And what I do is I fold it into a little bit of a rectangle like this shape. And then you'll drape your legs over your Stonehenge, open up your blanket, and cover up your body. So letting, as you see, the top of the triangle goes right to the top of my shoulders. And if you have that second blanket, it's also nice to snuggle it so the neck stays nice and warm. It gives your head a little feeling of being pampered in. And then cover yourself with your blanket, feeling the back ribs, back body nestle into the earth now. If you need any other props, an eye pillow, if you have something that you'd like to place over your eyes, for instance, just letting your nervous system settle in by covering up. The reason we cover up is because touch is associated, skin is the organ associated with the heart. So when we use the blankets, our sensorial organ, skin, receives love, receives and stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. As you let yourself now settle in, just like our iPhones plug into the wall, let your back body plug into the ground. Let the weight of the back of your head plug into the earth. Let your eyes roll back into their sockets. Let your pelvis be heavy and your hips align. Let your belly soften. Feel the back of your legs supported and the tops of your thighs open. Feel your shin bones rest and your calves being held. Feel the tops of your feet and the soles of your feet at ease. And let all of your 10 toes and all of your 10 fingers stressed. Soften your eyes, relax your jaw, and soften your brain. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityamamritam gamayam. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. In your own time, stretch the arms overhead and reach one side longer than the other. And then stretch the other side out. Gather your knees and then roll over to one side. And just pause for a moment, letting everything settle in. Let yourself arise to a comfortable seat with your head arriving left. And then press your palms to the heart, bowing your head. And just feel how this merging, this right and left, solar, lunar, up, down, what's seen, what's unseen, is always in one pose. It's a union of duality, prayer pose, meeting at the heart. So bowing the head to come back to one thing. When we have lost our way in our compass, we can always bow down to the wisdom of the heart that will always steer you north. So bow down to that wisdom, Hari Om, and let it always drive you in love, empathy, joy, and compassion. Om Tat Sat in everything that you do. Namaste.